December and January, peak months for heart-related emergencies. There's rich holiday foods, there's travel, colder weather, emotional stress. All can contribute to an increased risk of heart attacks during the holidays. Dr. Arash Aryana is a cardiac electrophysiologist. I don't think I've ever said that before. A lofty title, Dignity Health in Sacramento. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us today. With the stress of the holidays, how do we prioritize being well during this stressful time?
It's a very good point. Thank you for having me, Walt.
Sure.
As you know well, along with the festive cheer, unfortunately, the holiday seasons also tend to bring a higher likelihood or risk of cardiovascular ailments and heart disease, as you indicated. A lot of that really boils down to, as you said, things like, for instance, increased stress factoring in. The kind of foods that we eat, we tend to disrupt our routines. Saltier foods, more alcohol, overindulgence, overindulgence in alcohol as well. So we have to be really mindful of all that. So that's really the key. We have a saying, it's not about perfection, but it's about moderation.
So what small things can we do knowing we're heading into this season of stress and overindulgence? What can we do with our mindset on this?
It's a great question. So keeping mindful of portion control. It's sometimes difficult, but you're going to go to parties and be gatherings, so you're going to keep in mind that you're not going to overeat. Keeping the alcohol limit to maybe down to 2 drinks or so every time. Hydrating yourself, making sure you don't skip your medications. We do a lot of traveling this time of the season and this time of the year, and so not forgetting your medications, or perhaps maybe setting an alarm to remind you to take your pills when you're due to take them. These are important things.
One thing I learned was, they say, is to do some healthy pre-eating before you go to a party, so that way you have some vegetables or celery or something. That way you don't show up to the party and just dive into the blue cheese dip.
You're absolutely right about that, Walt. So in fact, the American Heart Association very much reminds us to make sure we improve our diet this time of the year by eating more vegetables and also more fiber, minimizing the salty foods. Keep in mind, again, there's a lot of hidden salt in a lot of the foods that we tend to eat, such as gravy, snacks, various kinds of canned foods, ham, etc.
What are some symptoms, that we could all watch out for, where you're like, hey, that's a different feeling in my chest? Or dizziness? What are the first symptoms that there's something you need to pay attention to?
That's a great question. So it's very important to be mindful of those things. Again, as we're busy, stressed out, perhaps sleep deprived, it's important to listen to your body. So if you're experiencing any kind of new symptoms, for instance, like shortness of breath, nuanced shortness of breath, or chest pain, chest tightness, arm pain, jaw pain, neck or shoulder pain that's unexplainable. Like you said, dizzy or lightheadedness, palpitations. As you indicated, I'm a cardiac electrophysiologist, which means that I deal with cardiac arrhythmia. So feeling a sensation of rapid heart beating in the chest, or palpitations, are key. A lot of times, the kind of foods that we eat tend to increase the salt, and also alcohol as well can trigger arrhythmias like atrial fibrillation, especially this time of the year.
So salt, alcohol, overindulgence, and the blue cheese dip. Everything in moderation?
Everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation.
Absolutely. We always have a saying, again, you can't be perfect. It's not about perfection, it's about moderation. Exactly.
Dr. Arash Aryana, Dignity Health. Thank you for joining us today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you again, everybody. Have a good morning, and happy holidays.